Rural Mutual. When you're faced with a challenge, how you respond determines the real winners. Rural Mutual believes there's something more important than just winning or losing a game. They believe that the team, school, and fans who support their athletes with dignity and class are the true champions. Rural Mutual is the proud sponsor of the WIA Rural Mutual Insurance Sportsmanship Award since it started in 1965. From football to volleyball to soccer to tennis, the award recognizes more than team sportsmanship. It recognizes the sportsmanship matters in your community as well. Visit ruralmutual.com/WIA and see how our team and your community can work together to be true champions. And Baraboo won the toss and elected to defer. And just about underway on Friday night. A little bit of a colder matchup later here in October, and MHB is set to receive. Be a short kick. It will be the returner OP out past the 30 to the 33, and that's where MHB will start their possession.
I thought maybe knee was down there, but official didn't call it that way, so.
I think more he's just trying to get on the ball, but that's what official also thought.
The wind that Baraboo was back there that time and trying to keep things on the ground.
Yeah, I think for MHB to come out and win this game, they just got to have a really balanced offense, as Baraboo on the defensive side struggles on both ends, and if they keep doing both, it's going to be hard for Baraboo to adjust to both. It'll be a jet sweep to Primusberger, and he's just going to work his way about to the line of scrimmage and no more. 2nd and 10. It's the play that we just saw a highlight of where Primusberger took it from Helgeson and scored a touchdown last week. They tried again there, nothing going.
Yeah, you're going to see a better defense out of Baraboo than what we saw last week out of Seymour for sure.
Yeah, Baraboo, a very aggressive defense, kind of like Stoughton. Really put a fight up against Mount Horeb a couple weeks back. And that pass is deflected down at the D line, making it 3rd and 9.
Big Ross Legal, Northern Illinois commit with the SWAT there. Obviously, it's easily the tallest player on the field at 6'7".
Yeah, you're going to hear his, I wouldn't say by much, as Austin Lefree's up there at 6'6", but they're going to be calling his name a lot tonight. He's been really good all season for them with 10.5 sacks and 7 TFLs.
X factor on this defensive line for sure.
Helgeson dropping back, going to step up, looking deep, doesn't take it, scrambling out left, trying to get the first down, and he will, and a little more. Out about to the 45. Nice pickup there by Helgeson, able to see didn't have anything downfield. Keeps on his legs and picks up the first down a little more after it.
Yeah, he stays in the pocket looking for things to develop, but obviously a dynamic rusher as well this year and gets a first down for the Vikings.
Yeah, it's a big advantage point to MHB. It's going to be a run to Owens. Owens going to lose yards on the play. Originally got back to the line of scrimmage, kind of cut it outside, nothing going, and loses 2 on the play. He's 2nd and 12. I like what Helgeson was looking for early on that last play where he scrambled for that first down, trying to set the game early and get something going through the air, see if it was there, but nothing going, and great play just see nothing was open, pick up the first down with his legs. Helgeson finds Primusberger out left, cuts inside, makes a move, out past the 50, powers through to the Baraboo 48. Nice pickup there by Primusberger.
Early so far in this game, Vikings really want to get the ball out early.
Yeah, MHB does have a very solid O-line. They've been doing really well all season, only allowing 7 sacks, but this is a frightening Baraboo D-line. Helgeson scrambles out right, trying to pick up the first down and not even going to get close, as he might have been stopped short of the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th and 4.
Yeah, I wonder if they were thinking of going for it regardless with a design quarterback keeper.
Yeah, probably just trying to get some of those yards at least, then able to just punch up the middle of TO, but nothing happens there, and it's going to make it a long 4th down, 4th and 4.
Yeah, this is a physical, it's a fast Baraboo defense. It will be a challenge for MHB. It looks like they are potentially going for it here. Of course, Casey can punt it as well.
Yeah, kind of this land where you don't know if you want to punt it or go for it. They're going to go for it, and they get him off sides. Wow.
Over the ball, too. Just, you just wonder how can that even happen? But
yeah, that's kind of what they're looking for in 4th and 4, too.
You're looking at the ball. So, MHB will take it.
You don't see that too often in high school level football. The hard count.
Yeah, usually when you're a little bit of a younger team, you're not as ready for it, and that happens there, and MHB results with a first down. Helgson keeps it going right, got some room, and he'll pick up about 5 or 6 on the play. Has the option to give it to T.O. there and keeps it. Good read there, able to
that was a late read.
Game. Yeah.
Like you mentioned earlier, Brad, the Baraboo defense much better than Seymour's defense last week, and you can see it early as they're definitely hitting the players when they tackle. They're hitting them pretty hard.
Yeah, they're going to make sure if MHB comes out with this win, they earn this win the right way. The 2nd and 5 at the Baraboo 39. Be a giver to Owens and nothing going there. He's going to lose one back to the 40. That's going to be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, they're really aggressive. You notice they're almost timing the snap a little bit and awfully close to being offsides, but guess is right that time.
Yeah, I think that was part of the reason that they were drawn offsides on the couple plays back. But that time they got the snap count right and forced the TFL.
Looked like he was close, didn't it?
Yeah.
They will be aggressive. Probably 4-down territory again here for MHB.
Helgson has time to throw. Looking deep for Asherman, and it's knocked down by the DB. Number 9, Vitnall. Great defense there. And this is another one where it's 4th and 6. Most likely go for it. And Helgson is going back on the field. Imagine they would go for this.
Yeah, had time that time, but kind of throwing into some tough coverage into the wind as well. Here's a replay. Just rushing 3.
Yeah, great defense there by Vitnall to get back. And Helgson has pressure on him, trying to get rid of it. He does to Asherman. Gets past the 25 to the 20. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown!
Chris Keel.
Oh, that was Chris Keel on the touchdown. Excuse me, I thought that was Asherman originally. And Keel just outruns the defense. Helgson has pressure in his face. And still able to get rid of it. And get the touchdown. What a play.
Veteran play there by quarterback Casey Helgson, able to stand in that pocket with the with the defender right around his legs, trying to drag him down, and delivers a strike across the middle of the field to Chris Keel for the score.
Great job by LJ as well, really just kind of being his lead blocker, and Chris Keel, you get in the open field, and he's going to score. That one's for the record books.
It's going to be Primusberger on the jet sweep, and he walks in for the 2-point conversion untouched.
keeping things right here. 8-0 MHB with an opening drive.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by First Weber, Mark Nordman and Associates. Call 608-575-3393 or visit Mark at marknortman.com.firstweber.com. And by Kittleson Landscaping Incorporated. To get your free estimate today, call 608-437-8845. Hope you enjoy the game. Brought to you by Kittleson Landscaping.
Well, you need things to go your way if you're going to make a deep run in these football playoffs, guys. And I think two examples there of things kind of going MHB's way to start this game. The offsides, giving them a free first down, and of course, just a play that somebody just makes, just reactions, and Chris Keel in the right spot. Casey strong enough to get that throw off, and what was looking kind of like a bleak opening drive turns into 8 points for MHB.
Yeah, for certain, and really liked what we've seen on third and fourth down. I mean, able to complete those, and they weren't really gimmies. They weren't 4th and 1. They were 4th and 2. They were like third or fourth, and like medium to long. So just really good to see them be able to complete those and execute on those plays.
Yeah, really got to give Helgeson credit there for he had pressure rate on him, but still looking downfield for the pass and still delivers the dot right to Keel's hands and gets a touchdown out of it. Number 17, Putt Kamer, and he's up past the 25, right at the 25, and that's where Baraboo will start.
It looked like Jack Wilson and company down there to provide coverage.
Jack Wilson really made a name for himself last week.
Sure did. The sophomore played really well.
Yeah, stepping in for that injured Zach McGuire still, and obviously with Landon Baumkamp back, you'd think that would limit Wilson's snaps, but it didn't, and he showed up to play last week. Didn't want to go home in first game of playoffs, and he does it there. It's going to be a keeper for Puttkamer, and he picks up about 7 there. 2nd and 3.
Yeah, similar offense to what Seymour ran last week. There was going to be 2 or 3 or 4 guys in the hole at all times, but the main guy to keep an eye on is quarterback.
Yeah, there's not very many teams that throw the ball as much as MHB does. It's going to be another run to Puttkamer, and he's going to be stopped back behind the line of scrimmage, I believe. It's going to be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, I think he lost a yard. Not to the 35-yard line yet, so great job in the end there.
Yeah, that was Drew Primusberger there, and he's been playing the O-line lately, but still making good plays on the D-line, too.
Back in the line of scrimmage here, both teams.
Some pre-snap motion, and
they're going to call it on MHB. That'll be an automatic first down. MHB has been a team that struggled with penalties all season long, with 51 on the year, averaging about 5 a game. And it gets them there. It's going to be a run with the quarterback. He's going to pick up about 4 there on the QB keeper. Vitno. We said it before that he's a quarterback that doesn't throw the ball very much, and he's just more of a rusher, and that's what this Thunderbird offense does, and he's done it well all season with up over 1,000 yards as a quarterback.
Even though we managed to get 4 there, very good job by the Vikings, pushing him inside, not losing contain on the outside.
It's going to be a run to Puttkamer, trying to cut it outside, gets past a few people there. I think he's still going to be stopped short a little of the first down.
looks like he went out of bounds around the 47-yard line. Maybe closer to the 48.
Good
to the
replay
short side of the
here.
field.
We'll call it 3rd and 2. Gonna make QB keeper there, and Looked like he had enough for the first down. It's close, though, depending on where they spot him.
Needed 2, got 3. That'll be a first down.
That was just a case of both teams saying they're gonna almost like a tush push, just crowd the line of scrimmage and really prove which line is stronger. And Baraboo got the best of the Vikings there.
It's going to be a give to number 34, Tuckerton, and that's a TFL. Great defense there by MHB. Stop behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Lightfried in there from the defensive line position.
Yeah, just beats his guy and gets in there for the sack.
Yeah, this defense has given up just under 19 points a game, so they played some good football.
QB keeper with the quarterback, and he's got some room. Only the safety to beat, and he gets around him. The 5, touchdown, Thunderbirds. It's the quarterback, Luke Vitnall, on the touchdown, and there's a reason he's up over 1,000 on the season, because he's been doing that.
Yeah, nothing fancy to what they do, but you'll see here just a great athletic play.
Yeah, and reads that Shipman is coming that way. It's hard for him to turn back. And
nice cut there.
Cuts back and gets it in for 6. They're just going to kick the extra point, looks like. And that is up and good. Well, we got 2 touchdowns to start this game. It's been heated so far. Just early, 3:55 left in this first quarter, but both teams put a touchdown up. MHB leads by 1, 8-7.
And I think keeping things here. All right, sounds good. Keeping things here, 8-7. MHB, both teams getting some big-time scores on their first drives, and that's a one player that MHB has to contain, but you just see how dynamic he is, and it's not an easy task when you have somebody like that. And there's so much action around the ball and near the line of scrimmage too. It's hard to pick them out at times, but they run good offense, and it runs through number 9.
Yeah, MHB has a good all-around defense, but sometimes when they just do one-dimensional things against this MHB defense, they just can't figure out a way to stop it and allow a big rushing touchdown. They're able to put it in for 6. Something going with an MHB player on the sideline. Quick sub and
yeah, Owen Krimmer had to come off. I'm not sure.
This wind is playing a big factor in the game tonight too, I believe. Blowing from north to south. Now here we go. Another short kick. It'll be caught at about the 28. And that's where MHB will start their possession. And they didn't move the ball down the field too fast last time until they got that really nice play on 4th and 6. Just really nice catch and run by Chris Keel, able to just outrun all the defense. And LJ on that play did a really good job just keeping the defender so he couldn't catch him or get by him. Helgeson, Primusberger motioning over. It's going to be a keeper by Helgeson, and he's going to be dropped back at the 20.
Yeah, it looked like he slipped there a little bit on the play. Doesn't help when Phil Casey was right there as well. Or Casey Phillips, excuse me.
Two receivers out left, one out right. Primesberger motioning over. Helgeson finds Elstead about the 25, and that's all he'll get. It'll be about 3rd and 8, I believe. 3rd and 9.
Yeah, you can see the aggressiveness for this Baraboo defense.
Yeah,
But that time a nice clean pocket for Casey, working some underneath routes.
Yeah, it looked like defender was trying to baiting him in to throw that, and trying to pick him off, but Helgeson throws it anyways and turns out his way. Helgeson, plenty of time to throw the ball. Being able to deliver that to Elstead for the first down a little more.
Yeah, LJ just running a short, shallow pattern in front of the defenders, and they're only rushing 3 at this point, so pick up the first down.
Looks like he's limping a little over there.
Yeah, I think that was a case of he also just found the soft spot in between the linebackers and the safeties.
And Elsted's going to limp off the field. Hopefully he'll be all right. He's a big factor in this really good MHB offense. Helgeson, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Owens behind him. It's going to be a keeper by Helgeson, cutting it out left, and he'll get taken down by the quarterback, Vitnell, on the defensive side. That's going to pick up about 3, 2nd and 7. 2nd and 8, actually.
I got a couple. Just trying to slip again.
Yeah, Helgeson really struggling to stay on his feet tonight so far.
I think just trying to use the aggressiveness against Baraboo with that fake handoff, but slippery conditions out there.
Helgeson gives that one to T.O. and nothing going there. This Baraboo D-line is doing a really good job containing this running game. Helgeson had a few nice runs on the first drive, and since then he hasn't had much going. It's going to make it 3rd and about 10.
Yeah, they brought more people that time, and again, they are anticipating the snaps, so you wonder at some point if MHB might try to start going a few more hard counts, because this Baraboo defense is really close to being offsides.
Screen set up there, and it just bounces right out of Owen's hands.
Boy, that was open.
Yeah, and almost picked off there. Defender couldn't quite get there, and that's when he got a catch, and not exactly sure how much room he had to run there. Here's a replay. Owens, yeah, plenty of blockers out in front of him.
That was the right play call, too, on 3rd down and long.
And I think it was just you don't see that too often where Helgeson actually really, you could tell the pressure got to him there as he threw a bullet right there, and Owens was only a couple yards away. Fourth down here.
I think that's still one you got to come up with, and Helgeson, imagine, would punt away here. Good boot there by Helgeson. It'll go out about the 28. Excuse me, the 35.
I thought it was a 29, but that is strange.
Just go with the refs say, I guess.
Guess it was going out of bounds and then hit.
Now this Baraboo offense, MHB stopped in their last drive, and see if this Baraboo offense can get anything going. MHB's done a pretty good job containing the run on that first drive until Vitnell just got that running lane on the last run of that drive and finds the crease and able to outrun the defenders. This one handed off to Puckner, and he'll get about 4 there. Be about 2nd and 6, and we're just coming up to the end of this first quarter. Well, don't think they're. Looks like they might run. Yep, looks like they're going to run one more play. Nope, never mind. And that's the end of the first quarter. MHB leads 8-7. And Moho Fitness is the sponsor tonight, and we'll be right back on Wisco Radio.
Moho Fitness is Mount Horeb's family fitness center, providing 24/7, no contract membership options for adults, families, seniors, and students. Parents, do you have a young athlete looking to take their training to the next level? Well, youth classes are offered to help young athletes understand how to train with correct exercise technique. Youth classes for 4th through 8th graders are offered after school every Monday through Thursday. For more information, visit mohofitness.com or email Jeff at mohofitness.com.
The Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club is an organization focused on assisting in the development of youth football players and raising funds for the Mount Horeb Barneveld football program. The mission of the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club is to work cooperatively with the Mount Horeb and Barneveld school districts to support the efforts of the Mount Horeb Barneveld High School football program and the Mount Horeb Barneveld Youth football program. To learn more about the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club or to find out ways to support the program, head to mhb-football.com. That's mhb-football.com.
Wisco Radio, MHB on defense, and Puckner on the carry, and he'll pick up about another 4 there, be 3rd and 2. Just entering the second quarter so far, it's been a pretty even matchup if you ask me. Like, both defenses have shown that they can stop the other team, but both offenses have also shown that they can beat the defense.
Got a couple big plays here, responsible for our scores. You can see how this Baraboo team, they've, in 2 of their 4 losses, they were close games.
Puckner cutting it outside, makes a nice move, and he'll pick up a first down at about the 45. First down, Baraboo.
Need about a yard and a half, got the 2 full yards there. And this is a team that you can be a long night.
I was just thinking the same thing. Is just get them behind the sticks, and that's where you can really capitalize.
This is a carry.
That is
for
not behind the
about
sticks.
6. Be 2nd and 4.
Short 4, long 3.
Big keeper by the quarterback, trying to just cut up the middle, and fumbles. Picked up by Keel.
Flag came in, but
About the
see here, I believe that should be after the fumble recovery.
So should be MHB
We'll
ball
see,
either way. See what the ref has to say.
Here's a replay. Ball pops out.
Sideline warning is the call on the field.
All right.
Those are the type of plays you're going to need to make in this playoffs if you want to keep going. And taking advantage is even more important. Vikings really need to put up a score here.
Yeah, this is a big key to the game for MHB. If they want to win this game, they need to force a few turnovers and keep the offense on the field to keep racking up points.
Really, again, would like to see T.O. get going, or Owens get going on this drive. Been a very slow start to this game for him.
Yeah, just 2 rushes, minus 1 yard total for T.O.
Yeah, for a guy who's averaging almost 130 a game, or
Yeah, 125 yards a game.
Hogan keeps it out past the 50 to about the Baraboo 46. He'll pick up about 7 there. He 2nd and 3.
Yeah, I think Baraboo is really keen in on T.O. and you should, right? But that's given some opportunities for Casey to run on the edges.
Helgeson, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Helgeson has time to throw, looking deep. He has Keel if he has him. And he gets it to Keel, little underthrown, but Keel able to work his way over there. Touchdown, MHB.
Touchdown tonight, sponsored by Richie's Implement. TD number 2 for Chris Keel here tonight.
Yeah, Helgeson put it a little more to his left, and Keel works his way over there, and just don't think the DB knew exactly where the ball was. And Keel comes down with it, and MHB is going to go for 2 now. Hand it off to Owens, and he has enough for the 2-point conversion. MHB leads 16-7. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Mount Horeb Utilities, providing safe and reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb. Visit MountHorebUtilities.com for more information. And by Norsk Golf Club, located in heart of beautiful Mount Horeb. To book a tee time, visit us online at norskgolfclub.com or call 608-437-3399.
Well, the win this time was at the back of Casey Helgeson and just throwing a nice ball there to Chris Keel. How many times have we seen that this year where maybe it's not a perfect throw, it doesn't have to be, but Chris making a nice adjustment. You're right, just give your playmakers a chance to catch the ball, and 2 touchdowns here. The first one a little dramatic, this one just more traditional, down the sideline. 2 catches for 87 yards for Chris Keel here tonight, 2 touchdowns, 110 yards on 9 pass attempts here for Casey Helgeson in this first half. That came off a fumble recovery, guys. Those are some big plays to keep track of as this game goes along.
McGuire to kick off. Go right to Vitnell. He's going to return it out past the 25. He's got some room. He's got a lot of room, and great tackle there.
That is not the person you want to kick to.
Great tackle there by Patterson and company at about the Baraboo 47.
Putting the ball in their best playmaker's hands.
You already got to deal with them on the offensive side.
Yep.
That's not what you want to do on the special teams as well. If anything, maybe try and switch to something like the Baraboo style of kicking off, where they keep it on the ground. Anything to keep it away from number 9.
Yeah, he's a playmaker on all sides of the ball. Special teams, offense, defense, you name it. Vitnell gives it to Puckner. He's going to pick up about 3 or 4. I think he picks up about 4 there. 2nd and 6.
He's been there. One of the main ball carriers this year as well. 6 rushes for 21 yards on the night for Puckhamer. Second leading rusher on the team to their quarterback, Vitnell. You can see why they put the ball in his hands.
Yeah, got the speed, got the athleticism, he's got it all. And Puckmer has the speed on the outside, and he works his way up about 42 out to the 39. Looks like they're ruling him at. It's going to be a first down and a little more. And Baraboo is in MHB territory.
Yeah, good block on the edge and good team speed by Baraboo.
Again, like we mentioned, one of the keys to the game is really containing this edge. And the Vikings have done a pretty decent job when they run it up the middle. But when they get outside, I mean, you can't let them get outside because they are explosive.
Puckmer has the speed on the outside.
Here
And
comes a flag. We're anticipating holding on on this one. Flag coming in like that.
Yep, and holding will be the call on the Thunderbirds, and that's going to push them back to about the Baraboo, the MHB 46, excuse me. And this is exactly what MHB needs. If they can get these stops, force just a 1 or 2 yard gain, force them to put the ball in the air, and they don't throw the ball too much, so that could be what MHB needs. Be 1st and 16. Fitnell, the keeper, working his way outside, and great tackle there by Pernot.
There's your playmaker on defense. Knifing in there and making this a second and a mile. First time we've called his name here tonight.
Yeah, 72 total tackles on the season. There's a reason for it. Undercuts the defender and gets the legs of Vitno, and great play by Pernot.
Yeah, from the safety spot, actually leading the team in TFLs. That will be his 7th on the year.
And we do have it's an injured Viking near side.
Ryan Scogan, I believe, is the injured Viking.
(16-7) score here. Round number 2 against former conference foe in Baraboo, who's in the Mississippi Valley now. And don't let this record fool you. They were 6-4 coming into tonight. 2 of their 4 losses in regular season. One was by 1 point to Onalaska, who won the conference, and then losing by a touchdown in one of their other losses. So good to see Scogan up and walking the sideline here.
Yeah, he's a good factor, that defense. 5 TFLs and 2 passes defended on the season.
Yeah, the Mississippi Valley getting 7 teams in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, really strong division, so wouldn't be surprised if they put up a really good match against MHB.
A lot of contact downfield, and
I think
luckily the official kept a hanky in his pocket, because
I think they probably could have threw that one.
A lot of times you see those underthrown balls, though, and it's just so tough on the defender. First pass attempt here tonight for Vidnall into the win.
Maybe
dual contact, maybe.
Looks
Yeah,
like
it must have been the
Shipman
call.
back there, good coverage.
and
So these are the down distances you want to keep Baraboo in. This might be 4-down territory here, though, if they can get a chunk of this back.
They are showing past. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Vidnall flips it back
oh gosh.
to the big man, 52, trying to break a few tackles, and he works his way to about the 36. And that's still going to be a little ways away.
Very strong tackling there. I believe it was Jack Wilson and Owen Ashman in on the stop, undercutting the big man.
They throw a late flag.
Take a holding. I didn't see it.
Wasn't sure
Lost
exactly.
it down on the play with the penalty.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it'd be a loss of down.
Maybe not on third. But
So 4th and a long 7 upcoming.
pending the flag.
Still waiting the
Was that a forward
call.
pass? I'm giving credit for a forward pass, I think. It was close. I thought maybe Legal was gonna throw.
Yeah, I thought that's what was going to happen too.
He elected to run.
Yeah, I think he
Flag came
definitely
in
would
after the play.
It It was a loss of down penalty. So it is 4th down here.
And that's going to push them back to the MHB 44, and it's going to make it a very long 4th down.
See what they elect to do here. Yeah.
Looks like they're going to send the punt team on.
Yeah, maybe in that no man's land, but in 4th and 16, you don't want to get too creative.
Imagine that. Vitnell's also the punter. And he's going to run for it. He's got the speed, and he is not quite going to get there.
Oh, that was close.
Vikings fans holding their breath as Vitnell had some room and a couple blockers in front of him.
Yeah, needed 16 and got about 14 yards. So you've got to be ready for everything in the playoffs.
Yeah. Leaps over one defender, it looked like. It doesn't quite get there, though. And we do have another injured Viking down on the field.
And hopping up, that's OP.
He looks to be all right, just a little shaken up.
80 yards on 6 carries for Vitnell, the quarterback and punter. Needed 16, just got 14, and I don't think a lot of people were expecting that, but you've got to be ready.
Exactly.
This is playoff football.
We've seen Helgeson run that play, maybe not in that down and distance, but we've seen him run that play where he's fakes the punt and elects to take off. And
It's going to be a false start on the offense. Like at 1st and 15. 7:09 left here in the second quarter. MHB leading 16-7. Definitely more of a contest more than last week against Seymour.
nonetheless, Vikings already up 2 scores right here. Really could blow the door open with a touchdown on this drive.
Yeah, potentially take a lot of clock out of this second quarter too, not giving Baraboo enough time to go back down the field and score. Seeing what happens here. Helgeson hands off to Owen, going outside. He's got some room, tries to bulldoze over a guy, and nice tackle there by Vitnell. He'll go down about the 35.
Yeah, the best run of the night so far. Ford, number 2, getting about 8 yards on that. Can work in the edges.
And one thing you really like to see on this play is Chris Keel with downfield blocking. Very good job, not holding his man, but setting that edge for Owens to have a lane to the outside.
That's another reason why Owens is up over 1,000 yards in the season, because he's got really good downfield blockers. In that time, Owens is down in the backfield, back about the 32. Great defense there. It's going to make it 3rd and long. 3rd and 11. There's a replay of it. Yeah, there's just too many defenders there. Baraboo was sending the house, and they get home.
To this point in the game, Vikings really struggling to run the ball up the middle. Really struggling to run the ball with the tailback in general. Helgeson has broken off a couple of nice runs. Passing game's been alright to this point. Likely passing down here, 3rd and 11. 3rd and a long 10.
Owens scrambling under pressure. He's got room. He's got the first down and more. And he'll work his way to about the 50-yard line. And when you think you have everything covered downfield, it's pretty much a cheat code when he can use his legs that well. DBs are just like, yes, we got all the receivers covered. Nope, not when he runs it with his legs.
Yeah, again, you're working against the aggressiveness of a defense like that. The first option is pass, but take what they give you.
And that's another handoff to Owens. This time he goes up the middle and he gets about 4. Finally, Owens gets up the middle and gets a little going, because he's just not had his way tonight. Just 11 yards now in this first half.
Yeah, T.O. coming in, averaging just about 20 carries per game. So they will stick to it. Run number 6, 12 yards on the night for T.O.
Helgeson, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Helgeson, plenty of time to throw. And he finds Elson wide open over the middle. Makes one defender miss. And marked down at about the Baraboo 5. Good tackle there by Puckmer. But they were playing some cover 3 and finds a seam, and great play there. Helgeson, really a lot of help, and he's got all kinds of time to throw and puts it right where Elson wants it. And great tackle there by Puckmer, able to get back up there and catch him. And Helgeson hands it off to Owens, and he's going to be down just short.
See if MHB might go hurry up here.
Yeah, they just sent Helgeson right back out there. It looks most likely going hurry up.
That's going to be a flag.
That's going to
they
be
called timeout, they're saying.
Timeout.
Otherwise, that was going to be a free play.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Farmers Savings Bank. To be sure to call your local Mount Horeb Farmers Savings Bank today at 437-2265. Farmers Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And by the MHB Gridiron Club. The MHB Gridiron Club is looking for MHB football alumni to join the newly created MHB Football Alumni Club. Scan the QR code on screen to learn more information. And so
big
far,
plays through the air here, guys. We're going to have to give the offensive line credit. Casey's had plenty of time to throw the ball here tonight. Baraboo at times only rushing 3 guys, so they got 8 guys in coverage. But credit these receivers finding those soft spots, and Casey doing a nice job of throwing the ball here tonight. 149 yards so far through the air.
yeah, I think the linebackers just getting caught up too close to the line of scrimmage, and then they're just beating them right over top. This is a run.
Touchdown.
Touchdown MHB.
Richie's touchdown, number 3 for MHB. First one of the night for T.O. 3 scores in this first half so far for MHB. This drive started at their own 27-yard line.
Helgeson looking for pass. Finds Rick, and he's got him for the...
Flag came in. Looks like it's going to be on MHB. Legal man downfield.
Always so hard on those play-action plays. Takes so long to develop.
Yeah, they always want to go down and block those linebackers if there's no one to block the line of scrimmage, and then get caught with it sometimes, and it's going to result in a very long 2-point conversion now at the 9.
They're going to bring out the kicking team. McGuire coming out to attempt the extra point here.
He's probably in the coach's ear saying, "Man, let me play."
You only get so many snaps a game.
Great to see number 5 out there. There's a bum shoulder, but hoping to get back here within a week or two if this team keeps on playing.
McGuire, plenty of leg on that. It was up and good. Thought it might have been a little left, but it's up and good. MHB leads 23-7. We're going to take a quick break here. Tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Mount Horeb Fitness.
This Wisco Radio broadcast is brought to you by Samuelson Eye Care, Gittleson Landscape, Mount Horeb Utilities, First Weber Mark Nortman and Associates, Farmers Savings Bank, Mount Horeb Chiropractic, the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club, Richie's Implement, Moho Fitness, and North Golf Club.
Back here on Wisco Radio, MHB leads this contest 23-7. And McGuire is set to kick off now. He's really looking to come back here and hopefully next week. As MHB's defense has still done pretty good without him, but he's still a key factor they're going to need next week. McGuire, nice kick there. And that's going to go into the end zone, touchback, and they will start at the 25.
Yeah, win at their back, and obviously we saw what happened last time they kicked off to Baraboo's best player. And that time, sail it in the end zone.
Yeah, McGuire made sure he didn't put it to Vitnell that time, and good play there. Vitnell's going to keep it. He's got some room outside. Able to cut outside for a first down and more. And good tackle there by Pernot, and he'll get tackled about the 35. First down, Thunderbirds.
10 more yards for Vitnell, 90 yards on the night here so far. Just a tough player, good vision, shifty. Another good quarterback for Baraboo.
Vitnell hands it off for, looked like he was going to get stopped for just 5 yards, and he works his way up for 10. And that's going to be another first down Baraboo.
Turkington that time, number 34. You got the three main guys who rush the ball. It's Vitnell, Puckhammer, and Turkington have most of the carries here this year for Baraboo.
This one, Puckhammer, he's going to pick up about 3 on first down. It looks like the quarterback, Vitnell's limping over there on the sideline.
Yeah, after that last run, actually he is going to the sideline, guys.
Oh, yeah.
So
Zach Burgess coming in to play quarterback for Baraboo.
number 15.
They're just going to run it right up the gut for about 2 yards. Be third and manageable.
It's going to likely be very tough now for the Thunderbirds, as Vitnell was a huge part of your offense, and not only in this game but all season. So we'll see what the backup can do. And we'll also see how long Vitnell is on the sidelines for. And then it's 3rd and 1 here.
Puckhammer and the MHB defense is there. That's going to force 4th down. And if they can do that one more time.
Yeah, Austin Leifried in there, and they knew that whole time that was going to Puckhammer. Austin beats his block. They lose maybe half a yard on that.
It's going to be a really big play in this game if MHB gets a stop.
Baraboo gets the ball to start the second half, so you got to believe they're absolutely going for it here on 4th down. 4th and 2 is something that they are able to get, and Vintnell looks like he's wanting to come back in the game, but Baraboo is maybe going to take a timeout here to see if they're going to get him back in the game. But noticeable limp out of Vintnell.
Likely would mean he probably will not take off with it, you would assume, in this position. Nonetheless, if you are the Vikings, with how Baraboo runs their offense, you almost have to be expecting run here. 4th and 2.
Yeah, Vintnell's been their main guy so far tonight. He's been the one that's been getting 5-10 yards of carry. And
yeah, 90 yards on 7 attempts, and of course, most of that coming off a 51-yard touchdown run, but then also 9 carries for Puttkamer, 32 yards net for Puttkamer here, 23-7. MHB lead here tonight, brought to you by Moho Fitness, our title sponsor, Level 2 playoffs.
Yeah, I think if MHB figures out how to stop Vintnell, I think they can stop this offense. They've done a good job keeping Puttkamer as he's averaging under 4 yards a carry. This is a big play here on 4th and 2. MHB could mount a drive if they stop him. Vintnell back in the game. And he's going to keep it, and he has the first down and more. And he took a shot as he went down. He looks to get up okay, and good enough for the first down at the MHB 42.
Yeah, needed 2, got 5. So we'll see here, clock management-wise, what happens. But again, Baraboo gets the ball to start the second half.
Vintnell looking to throw, and he has pressure on him, and he goes down. Austin Lightfried beats his man. He's been a big factor on both sides of the ball. And that's going to keep the clock rolling. It's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Yeah, just the presence of Livefree seemed to throw off the timing there for Vintnell. He loses about 4. Clock runs.
Vintnell pitches outside to Puttkamer, fouls it a little bit, gets it back, and they're up to the 45, and they really need to pick up this pace here. Imagine they use a timeout.
Good job by Talon Stoner, one of the leaders on defense.
Livefried a little shaken up on the play. It looked like he might have had his leg rolled on by Vintnell.
And I doubt they're going to snap it here. So no gain on that. Great job by the MHB defense.
That's going to take us to halftime. MHB is leading 23-7. Moho Fitness is your sponsor for tonight's broadcast. Got Brad and Will joining us tonight. Be right back on Wisco Radio.
This Wisco Radio broadcast is brought to you by Samuelson Eye Care, Kittleson Landscape, Mount Horeb Utilities, First Weber Mark Nortman and Associates, Farmers Savings Bank, Mount Horeb Chiropractic, the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club, Richie's Implement, Moho Fitness, and North Golf Club.
Welcome back to our Wisco Radio halftime show, joined by boys basketball coach Todd Nessheim. Todd, appreciate the time. We are getting closer and closer to basketball season, and has to feel pretty good.
Yeah, I think the weather's turning. It's a good sign that it's time for us to gear up, I guess. So appreciate you having me.
Well, we've got some business to take care of before basketball starts, and hopefully this football team keeps this thing going. But first, you're a coach. You accept your athletes playing multiple sports. It's a good thing for everyone involved. And just talk about just kind of managing that as you've got some football guys who are now deep into the playoffs here. Hopefully this continues, and then basketball practice starting here
Yep.
in a couple weeks.
Yeah, fortunately, we've been through it before a handful of times with some successful football seasons and kind of backing itself right into to basketball time. So we'll massage that however we need to massage it in terms of giving some kids time off and maybe working some breaks even into the season for them to kind of take a personal day, something like that here or there. So, and I've come to not schedule early games. You know, we can always play that first Tuesday after we start, after a full week of practice, and we haven't done that lately, simply because of football and the success they've had. But this year I did schedule one, so we might be end up moving a game or something like that. But that's okay. Yeah, we want our kids playing multiple sports, and that's good, and that'll be good for us down the road as well.
Well, we're just about November here, and you've had a pretty full off season. I don't know how many people actually know what goes into making a successful season, but what are some of the highlights and things that you learned from your team over the summer and here early fall?
Yeah, well, I can tell you most people have no idea what goes into an off season. It's a lot, and you know, as a coach, any coach, your off season, that's something you're not getting paid for, and you know, people don't see that side of it. But if you want to have a successful program, you got to put the time in, and we've done that. Our kids historically have done that as well, and you know, we play probably 4 to 5 tournaments in that summer on a weekend, usually in June. So June summer weekends are pretty full with tournaments. We play a couple different leagues in Wanakee on Sunday nights, Sun Prairie on Monday nights. Our JVs are over there as well, and then our freshmen are over there on Tuesday nights. So usually Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are full of opportunities for kids to play. And then we have open gym Monday through Thursday in the mornings and team lift. And if they're not lifting for football, they're lifting for basketball. So days are pretty full in June and July, especially with summer off-season stuff. And then in the spring, of course, after our season has ended, and now in the fall, we've been running open gyms in the mornings. And kids that aren't playing and want to be good at basketball have been showing up. So it's full, but that's what you need to do.
Well, and you hope all that work comes to fruition, and you're holding a gold ball at the end of the year. And I think coming into this year, Todd, of course, I'm close to the program, helping you, but there's high expectations, I think, all around, maybe even for folks who are looking from the outside, knowing that there's some really good talent, there's some experience coming in, but what are the thoughts coming into this year, and you know, what are the expectations internally for this team?
Yeah, I mean, expectations are never going to be higher than what we set for ourselves, and I think we're to a point where our kids are setting those expectations as well. They know. Certainly a conference championship will be one of them. This year we're moving to a Badger large and Badger small division. So that might even the playing field a little bit in terms of the teams that we're going to see. No longer do we play Wanakee or DeForest and have to beat those guys twice a year, although we've had our share of success against those teams. You know, Stoughton will be the team to probably beat in our league by prediction from most people outside our program. I think they returned 6 or 7, they pretty much returned their whole team and had a very successful year last year as well. And we split with them last year, and looking forward to that, to the 2 rematches, and then probably in our mind, hopefully a third in the tournament. We'll get to see them. So possibly seeing Stoughton 3 times this year. And then, you know, everybody else will be knocking on the door and good enough to beat you if you're not ready. But looking forward to the change of conferences. We're getting away from the quads that we had been doing the last 2 years. That wasn't really working for anybody. And back to a more traditional conference here. So we are excited about that opportunity.
Well, you've got your conference schedule, obviously, but then you've put together also a tough schedule outside of that. Talk about some highlights of your non-conference schedule.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what's a good year for this team, right? And everybody's going to look at the record, but and that we'll see how that plays out. We don't know, but you know, we're going to play Alaska, who I believe was picked 4th in the state. We knocked them off down here last year. We play a Platteville team this year that, even though they're a level lower than we are in terms of the division, I think they're picked one. They are picked one in their conference and return a wealth of experience and had a very successful run last year. We're down at the WBY Holiday Classic in University of Concordia over winter break, and we'll play St. Cat's, who's traditionally, if you follow basketball, you know about St. Cat's, and I know they have some good young talent there as well. They did graduate pretty heavy, but I expect to be really good. And we also play Franklin down there, who's picked to win their conference as well. And then in January, we'll see the likes of Lodi, who's going to be very good, much better, I think, than they were last year. I'm missing somebody. Oh, Turner, new on our schedule this year. They're picked to win their conference as well. So we did not shy away from competition this year. We never do. And that's part of what I think has made this program a little bit successful. So playing those types of teams.
Well, I know we're excited, and the community always gets excited here for Vikings basketball. As we ride this high wave here with football, it's going to be a fun transition. Hopefully they're celebrating some great success, and we're going to roll that right into basketball. Starts November 13th. First practice, 6 a.m., correct, Todd?
That is correct. We're ready to go, fellas.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time. We really appreciate it, and I know you're a fixture in this community as well, and appreciate all you do, and looking forward to basketball season, and thanks for the time.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Go Vikings.
I want to thank Todd Nessheim, boys basketball coach, for joining us on our Wisco Radio halftime show. We've got more coming up, plus the Vikings and Thunderbirds here in the second half on Wisco Radio.
The Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club is an organization focused on assisting in the development of youth football players and raising funds for the Mount Horeb Barneveld football program. The mission of the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club is to work cooperatively with the Mount Horeb and Barneveld school districts to support the efforts of the Mount Horeb Barneveld High School football program and the Mount Horeb Barneveld youth football program. To learn more about the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club or to find out ways to support the program, head to mhb-football.com. That's mhb-football.com.
And welcome back to our Wisco Radio halftime show. Here, the Vikings and Thunderbirds halftime, and joined by the girls basketball coach, Bart Livefree. Bart, really appreciate the time as you look forward to your season starting here.
Thanks for having me, Brad.
Well, obviously you've got a rooting interest in this football season as well, Bart. Just real quickly, just talk about what this season has meant to the players, the team, the parents, the fans. It's been a fun ride.
It has been a really fun ride. I got a lot of these kids in classes. They're my son's friends. Know a lot of the coaches, so it's been fun. Hopefully we can keep this thing rolling and going and carried out and playing Camp Randall. I would love to have to call Brad at Stoughton and tell him we have to cancel our game that night because we're playing at Camp Randall on that Friday. So,
yeah, I think that's probably a coach's dream, right? It's a small community like ours. You've got, I know you're coaching the girls, but obviously multi-sport athletes here in a community our size, and it's great when the community comes together, and I don't think a basketball coach minds making that phone call.
Nope, that would be a good one.
Well, let's talk about the girls basketball program here, Bart. Year number 2 for you being a head coach. Last year, you came into the head coaching role late in the process, very close to the start of the season. Just talk about that process and just how you went from an assistant to a head coach in such a quick time frame.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a surprise, and it was, we had like 3 days to prepare. Luckily, Coach Showers and I had been in the program, knew the kids, knew the girls, knew their strengths, weaknesses, I was around all summer with them, had been around for the last couple of years with them. So that made the transition a lot easier. We didn't change a whole lot last year. We're going to look to change some things this year that we want to do that we think fit our kids better. But last year we kind of stayed with the same system. We had great senior leadership. Maisha Thompson last year was fabulous. Delaney Duckett was fabulous. We had the two best managers. They were at every single practice, every single game. Never missed anything with Ella and Delana. So it was a smooth transition, and we thought the season went very well.
Well, now you've got a full off season under your belt. Just talk about, so season ends, and one thing we talked about with Coach Nessheim too, and I experienced it too being a coach, is there's a whole lot that goes on in the off season that nobody ever sees. But just talk about the off season program and what you liked best from your team this year.
Well, this spring, our last spring and this summer, our kids were really committed to the weight room. We hired Baki Athletics to lead, and Kirsten Baki actually worked the girls out at the high school fitness center in the mornings, 4 days a week, all summer long. So we made a huge commitment to the weight room, which is one of our weaknesses, was just physical strength. And it's going to help us prevent injuries and just conditioning and everything. Girls were committed all summer. We played in 2 leagues. We were in 4 different summer tournaments. They worked out every morning after lift. They would come over to the middle school gym, and they would either 2 days a week. We had Coach Nadalkoff there from All In Sports, and he worked the girls out and did workouts. The other 2 days they had open gyms where they just came in and shot and worked. So we had a really, really good summer to build off of that. We got lots of youth participation in our summer camps. We have fantastic numbers there. So we feel like everything's moving in the right direction, and we just hope that all that work, we can see the dividends this season.
Well, we'll do a quick preview here coming up of this upcoming season, which for you starts here very soon. But I just wanted to ask, you're one of the busiest people, I think, around. You're going to have your 2 sons playing high school basketball. You're coaching girls basketball. How do you make something like that work?
Well, it can be tough. I just joked with you a little bit that sometimes you need a good wife that tells you where to go, right, and where to be. Last year, with all like the snow conflicts, I did miss 11 games of Austin's. This year, we only have, I think, 5 conflicts right now that, where girls are playing at the same time as boys or the same nights. Luckily, both my boys are very understanding. Luckily, I can go back and watch the games on Wisco Radio when I get home. My girls in our program are super understanding. Sometimes, they'll be like, hey, you got to get out of practice because you need to get to their games. And so that's been really good, and the parents have been supportive. So it is busy, but it's fun and enjoyable. I really like it.
Well, hopefully you are going to be really busy here with the girls' season really upon us here November 6th. You start practice. Just talk about the expectations for this year and what are you hoping for coming in?
Well, we return 7 letter winners, or 7 girls that actually started at some point last year. So we're going to have quite a bit of experience. We got 5 returning seniors with Rowan Johnson and Ella Fager, Katie Smith, Jada Matthews, and Ayla Kolb. And then 2 returning juniors that played a lot of minutes for us last year, Morgan Monroe and Hallie Klein. All 7 of those kids were at everything this summer. They've been in open gyms as much as possible. I mean, some of them play golf and they're in volleyball. They would still be at open gyms if they could make it. So we feel like we're going to return quite a bit of experience. We've got really good young kids in the program. So expectations are pretty high. Our conference is really, really good. We've got McFarland, who's got not only a top girl in the conference, but she's a top 50 kid in the country going to Iowa. So they're going to be really good. Edgewood's going to be really good. I was talking to the Reedsburg coach, and he's like, we're going to be really down, but he returns the top scorer in the state with Cherney. So they're going to be really good. So our conference is going to be really challenging. But we think we can be in the mix in that top tier with those other teams.
All right. Well, we are going to be following both boys and girls this year, and it's going to be fun to watch the growth in the girls program. I'm really excited for that, and excited to see maybe this football team at Camp Randall as well. So a lot of a lot of great things happening here at Mount Horeb. So, Bart, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Brad.
All right, Bart Leibfried, head coach of our girls basketball here on Wisco Radio. Wrapping up our halftime show as the Vikings and Thunderbirds wrap up the second half on Wisco Radio.
Doctors Steve Samuelson and Lauren Taw are your local eye care professionals. Samuelson Eye Care provides the highest quality optometric care for both adults and children in a friendly, comfortable, and professional environment. Clear vision starts with healthy eyes, so contact Samuelson Eye Care at 437-3377. That's 437-3377 to schedule an exam today. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back to Wisco Radio. MHB leading 23-7 at halftime, about a minute away from half, and I believe Brad's got us with a few stats.
Yeah, broadcast tonight brought to you by Moho Fitness, and those first half stats, 23-7, Vikings leading this one. A big time performance in that first half by Casey Helgeson. 6 of 10 for 149 yards in that first half. 2 touchdown passes to Chris Keel. 87 yards on the ground, in the air for Chris Keel. 2 touchdowns, 2 receptions. That's a pretty good stat line. He's on my fantasy team tonight. I don't know about you guys, but I took.
He'd be the guy to have. He's got what? 22.7.
207 total yards for the Vikings to 152 yards for Baraboo. Most of that from the feet of Luke Vitnell. 91 yards on the ground for the quarterback. A touchdown run of 51 yards, giving Baraboo their lone score.
Something to note about Vitnell, I do not believe he is out back deep to receive the kick. He is not, and nonetheless goes out the back of the end zone, but definitely seemed to be limping at the end of that half and must still be affecting him as he is not out there to receive the kick.
Yeah, it makes sense if your quarterback is not 100%. You don't want to put him out there in that sort of position, but he does trot back out on the field to lead this Thunderbird offense, getting the ball first here in this second half. Good to see Ryan Scogan also working his way back into the defensive formation.
This is going to be a run up the middle for Putner. He'll get about 4 there. I'll call it 5.
Yeah, getting across the 25 there. It's 11th carry of the night. It's 37 yards.
MHB's been doing their job against him so far tonight.
Kind of a young Baraboo team.
Huckner again. He'll get about 2.5. About 3 yards.
Both Vitnell and Pucknam are juniors.
This MHB defense, ever since that first drive, they've played really well. It looked like Baraboo, if they had the time, they might have been able to go score in that last drive they had in that first half, but didn't have the time. And now we're here in the first drive of the second half, and Puckner finds a hole, and he picks up a first down up across the 35. Puckner kind of reminds me of like a Isaiah Pacheco of high school football. He runs like really hard, and he's, for his size, he's still really fast. Very good running back for how small he is. Puckner trying to just go his way up the middle, and nothing going there.
Yeah, they're going to sail all the way up to the 40-yard line, so forward progress.
Generous spot, at least from our angle.
Yeah, this defensive line's had a couple of weeks in a row here. It's just been a massive humanity all night long.
It's going to be a give on the jet sweep to Turkington. That's going to be just short.
Talon Stoner
Of the
tackles him high.
first down. Stoner's one of the leading members of this defense with McGuire out. That one's going to be a run with Putner. He's still on his feet. Up across the 30. Can Keel catch him? He will, and he's up to about the 6. Great run there by Putner. He got hit pretty early there and breaks the tackle and keeps running. Doesn't quite have enough juice to make it all the way to the end zone, but looking at the replay here, really good play there by Keel, able to just keep up with him and has the angle and gets him down about the 7.
47 yards on that run for Puckheimer.
And up the middle for Vitnell. Now, getting about 4 there. Be first and goal on the 3.
Vidno is limping after that carry.
Yeah, I think he's really been limping ever since that tackle in the second quarter. I think the coaches just aren't. He just hasn't taken no for an answer. Vitno pitches out to Puckner. And great play there by Austin Lightfried and company.
Yeah, Talon Stoner and others in on that tackle.
Yeah, that whole team just went through that. Got through that hole and great tackle there.
Yeah, first man to actually trip him up was Harrison Walker, the sophomore.
Now MHB looking for a goal line stand at the 3. It's going to be given to
There's double handoff.
Turkington's in for the score.
So a big possible 2-point conversion here upcoming. Touchdown by Ritchie's. The second night for Baraboo.
And if MHB is able to hold them out of this 2-point conversion, this will stay a 2-score game. See what they got planned up here. Vitno.
Ball's on the ground, and it does stay a 2-point game, or a 2-score game.
That's what MHB was looking for. Get this offense back on the field. And they put a touchdown on this drive. They can make it a 3-score game. It's really what they're looking for. Yeah, it just looked to be a fumble there, and Leakey drops on top of it. No good on the 2-point try. And MHB now set to get the ball in this third quarter with 8:10 left.
Yeah, and very, very good opening drive there by Baraboo to start the second half. We'll see if the Vikings can respond here. Have a 10-point lead already. A touchdown will put it back up even more to a 3-score lead, I believe. Yeah. 8:10 left to go here in the third quarter.
Title sponsor tonight for this Level 2 football matchup is Moho Fitness. MHB with the 1 seed at home, taking on a former conference foe in Baraboo.
Another short kick there. Owens is going to pick it up at the 25, fake the handoff, and Owens, if he can get to the outside, has a little bit of room. Works his way past the 35 and bulldozes away to about the 44. Really nice play there by Owens.
And no flags a lot of times on those short kicks like that. That's coming so wide in that field. You might see some holes in the backside, but good job by the return team giving this offense really good starting field position.
MHB has a chance to make it a 3-score game if they can keep this pass attack going and see if they try to finally get Owens going on the ground, as he hasn't had his way so far in this game.
Yeah, just 8 carries for 16 yards, but a touchdown, averaging 125 a game. There's that aggressive nature for Baraboo, and 22 finally comes off sides. He's been near the whistle almost every time, but Vikings will take that.
Yeah, even for this aggressive defense, MHB is able to stop them. Now Helgeson looking to pass, trying to scramble out of pressure, and he will, trying to beat the linebacker, gets past him, and he'll work his way to about the Thunderbird 31. Great play there by Helgeson as the O-line held their blocks. Get a replay here. Helgeson just goes right up the middle. And Owens going against the Northern Illinois commit.
Yeah, they're rushing 3, brought to 4th late, but it's been 8 men in coverage, and Helgeson 59 yards on the ground here tonight.
Owens taking up the middle. He's finally got some yards on the ground as he hasn't done too much in this game. Gain of about 4, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Casey really just taking what the defense is giving him. It sounds like a cliche, but he is absolutely doing that here tonight. Pretty good coverage downfield, even though they've had a couple long touchdown passes. It has been Casey on the ground.
Yeah, done a very good job. Helgeson looking deep for Keel. He's got him if you want him. And Vitno with great coverage.
Looked like Keel just ran out of real estate there in the back of the end zone. Had to come back for it. A little bit underthrown, but nothing too much. Able to break it away from Vitno. Vitno is over there limping. Yet again. Targeting him wouldn't be a bad idea as he is dealing with that. Seems to be a lower leg injury. Maybe ankle.
And he just continues to play through it. Helgeson, one receiver right, 2 left. Owens in the backfield. It's going to be back to Keel on the reverse sweep, and he's got some room on the outside.
Good block
across
by
the first
LJ,
down.
really creating the space there. Outstanding play call. And Chris Keel doing things in space, but again, a great block downfield. We've seen that several times here tonight and all through the season, but these receivers being willing blockers.
Yeah, such a good play by MHB. They got over a cameraman. Fooled there. MHB gives to Owens, and he's got some room up the middle. He'll work his way up across the 10 to about the 8. Be 2nd and short.
Vikings starting off this second half after the Baraboo touchdown on the opening drive with a statement answer as they are knocking on the door here inside of the 10.
MHB looking to put their 4th touchdown up of the game. Helgeson on the keeper, and great defense there. Number 14, Casey Phillip, able to read that Helgeson kept it there and drops it down for a loss. It's going to be 3rd and 5, loss of about 1.
Yeah, you can see, obviously MHB really sticking to the run game as well. Even though it hasn't produced the yards that we're used to, they are sticking with their bread and butter, which is the ground game. The Baraboo defense is awfully aggressive.
Helgeson dropping back, finds Asherman, and he gets in for 6. Touchdown, MHB. Extend the lead 29-13, pending the 2-point try, we'd imagine. They just send the kick team on. Probably the safe idea. That'll make it a 3-score game.
Boy, Owen was wide open.
Yeah, it looked like he found the soft spot there in the zone. Again, right in between the linebackers and safeties. A couple defensive backs as well. In the back of the end zone. Why not?
Yep, the safeties drop back onto the receiver running the deeper route and leaves Ashman open short, and he gets in. McGuire on the extra point, and that is up and good. MHB leading 30-13. 4:43 left here in this third quarter.
Our first Richie's touchdown of the second half. It's Owen Ashelman who's finding himself touchdown man in the playoffs. Touchdown number 2 of the year. His first one here tonight. Richie's touchdown for Owen Ashelman.
Going to our broadcast of the night. Tonight's broadcast and the WIA playoffs on Wisco Radio is brought to you by Moho Fitness. Moho Fitness is offering youth classes to help young athletes understand how to train using correct exercise techniques to help them get stronger, jump higher, run faster, and minimize the risk of injury. Visit mohofitness.com for more information. And by Richie's Implement. Richie's Implement is Southwest Wisconsin's leading distributor of new and used farm equipment since 1961. Visit richiesinc.com to learn more.
Well, MHB does it again, guys. They respond on an opponent's score, going up 30-13 in this one.
Yeah, Baraboo
Nice
really
kick.
looking for an answer now. And another beautiful kick there for McGuire. And they will start their drive at the 25.
20-yard line in high school. It's
That's what
25 in the NFL.
That's what I said. What are you talking about?
Which I don't understand, but it is what it is. Well, Baraboo has thrown all of 2 passes here tonight, and they have 13 points on the board, but it's definitely been the rushing game. Vintnell with 95 yards on the ground, and Buckhammer with 98.
And speaking of Puckmer, he's going to get the run there. He'll pick up about 2. 2nd and 8.
Brooks Bernat there in on the tackle.
Puts him at 100 yards rushing here tonight on 17 carries.
And great defense there by Walker. Vintnell trying to swing it over to the running back just on the swing route on the outside.
Yeah, again, Harrison Walker, the sophomore's made some plays here in this second half.
Yeah, and if you look, 2 of the linebackers they've been using in this game are sophomores, so that's a really good sign to see if you're a Vikings fan, as they still have 2 years after this left to play.
Yeah, oftentimes you'll see these really good teams, they are junior, senior dominant, but it's nice when you have some sophomores who can fill in for guys who maybe are on the sidelines.
Yeah, especially next year when you come to playoff time and there's those guys that already have playoff experience. Because this is a very senior-heavy team. Vintnell plays out to wide to the receiver. And all the MHB players are there to tackle him as he's a big guy to tackle.
Yeah, Bo Brewster is a pretty good-sized guy, 6'4", 215. Little bubble screen there, and time's ticking away in this third quarter. We'll see what Baraboo elects to do deep in their territory.
I liked what Asherman tried to do there, as he was the second guy there, but with Leifert already having him wrapped up, he went for the ball. Didn't end up getting it, but a very smart play there, as he was already, progress was likely stopped.
So you got to be aware of the fake, but Vintnell is going to punch this one away.
And that's going to go at about the 47.
So a short kick and good field position here for MHB. Scored on their opening drive of the second half, taking a 30-13 lead. Broadcast tonight brought to you by Moho Fitness. Brad Richardson, Jack Goodwin, Will Imbus with you in the booth. Blaine and Cam in the trailer and managing our cameras here tonight. Trio, Blurton, Devin, and Cam doing some great work on the cameras. Appreciate you guys out there working the cameras.
Fighting the elements, too.
Yeah, that's for sure. And here's a gift to Owens. He's got some room. He works his way across the 45 and takes me just short of the first down. Owens finally picking it up here in this third quarter. Couldn't get much going in the first half, just averaging 2 yards per carry, and starting to find something going here in this second half.
If there's one thing we've learned with Owens over the years, even when he does have the rare, slower games like this, he's always going to be able to break off one for you. And let's hope that's the case here, as you're going to need him down the stretch. Already leading 30-13. Want to close this game out.
And Helgeson's got plenty of space to run. Up past the 30, he's going to work his way up to the 28. Beautiful run there by Helgeson. And they might have to start looking for a QB spy, but they just really want to drop all these guys back into coverage. And that time the linebackers get too deep.
Yeah, they might have had a spy there. I don't know if 14 is maybe acting as that spy, Jack, as you mentioned, but they're just getting upfield. And Casey, 78 yards on 12 carries.
Having a really nice night on the ground and in the air. This is another give to Owens, and that time he's going to pick up about 1, and that's about all.
The thing with the way that Baraboo plays their offense is time kind of runs out on them, and you can see, especially if MHB can keep the ball and maybe get another score here, it really puts Baraboo in a tough spot, a team that wants to control the clock. They're not a quick strike, even though they have the one big play. It's tough.
Two receivers left, one right. Helgeson is trying to set up the screen to LJ, and he's going to just pick up about 1. Be third and 7.
Fourth reception night for LJ, 55 yards on 4 receptions.
I like the play design there on 2nd and long, but there was just too many Thunderbirds. When you have that many people in coverage, screen should be a pretty easy one to guard, and they do a good job there, making it 3rd and 7.
Casey, 8 of 13 tonight, 160 yards, 3 touchdown passes.
Helgeson, high snap, rolling out right. He's got a lot of guys in his face and almost gets out of it. Ball almost comes out, but hangs on to it, and that's a sack for the Thunderbirds. And
big loss.
It's going to make it 4th and very long. Imagine they would go for it.
That looked like it was just a case of everybody was deep, but everybody was covered. As we've seen, Baraboo likes to play their guys a lot deeper, leaving that middle chunk of the field open. But when you got, when they actually get pressure, it's going to be a tough day because it's hard to launch that ball 40 yards downfield when you got guys coming right at you.
Well, they're offsides again, so 5 free yards.
That's going to help them there here on 4th and very long.
I'll take it.
I think going back to that last play, Will, I think that's one where you just got to put a receiver on just a short drag route and pick up at least some of those yards back. And if he's open, then you get some yards and make it a much more 4th and manageable.
Fourth and 12 here for the Vikings. Likely the last play of the third quarter if they elect to run it.
Back judge is chopping.
I think they're just going to take the delay of game.
I think it's going to be the end of the quarter. They're signaling delay of game. Coach St. Arnold was right next to the line judge here near side, and
take a quick break here on Wisco Radio, and tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Moho Fitness.
Do you have a home in the Mount Horeb area that you want to sell? Well, we have a solution for you. First Weber of Mount Horeb is your hometown realtor and is committed to finding you the perfect home. In town or in the country, Mark Norman and his team will help you find the property of your dreams. Do you or a friend have a home or property that you need listed? Well, call us. We have motivated buyers for these properties. For the exposure and experience you need, call Mark Norman at 575-3393 or visit them online today at firstweber.com. First Weber of Mount Horeb, your hometown realtor.
Back at it here on Wisco Radio. A little confusion on that last play, and there is still 2 seconds here left in this third quarter, and MHB is going to have it at the 35, and they're going to have to get to the 18. It's going to be a very long.
MHB burns a timeout there and took the delay. So, interesting development there.
Bringing out the punt team, it looks like. Of course, got to be always aware as Helgeson is their punter as well.
Yeah, you think with this lead, though, they might try to pin them deep.
Oh, yeah. Nobody's back deep.
There goes Vitnall.
There goes Vitnall. He's limping still. Oh, Helgeson looks to throw.
And he's got Ashray. He breaks the tackle and he gets by him. Great tackle there by Vitnall. That
will be our final play of this third quarter. That was a weird sequence, but it works for MHB. They are in business to end this third quarter.
Be right back on Wisco Radio. Moho Fitness is your sponsor for tonight's broadcast.
Hey sports fans, be sure to cheer on your local sports team just like Kittleson Landscape has for over 25 years. Like many of you, Craig and his team have students and athletes in the Mount Horeb schools, and they are dedicated to their success and the overall success of the athletic programs. Need a place to go and unwind after the big game? Kittleson Landscape specializes in outdoor fire pits, patios, and much more. To get your free estimate today, call 608-437-8845. Hope you enjoy the game, brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Go Vikings!
Mount Horeb Utilities is a locally owned, not-for-profit utility dedicated to the community it serves. Providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb, our hometown team is customer-focused and service-oriented, looking out for the community's best interests. At Mount Horeb Utilities, we are committed to keeping Mount Horeb a great place to live, work, and play. For more information on how Mount Horeb Utilities energizes our community, visit MountHorebUtilities.com.
MHB goes for it on fourth down on the punt, on the fake punt, excuse me. And now they are in striking distance on first and goal at the 10 and hurrying up the offense, going right to the line of scrimmage.
Lots of
high
movement.
Snaps.
Probably a good thing. There was a ton of movement.
And it's going to be a false start on MHB.
Operating a little too fast there. So that's end of that quarter, guys. Just an odd sequence where clearly you could see the official chopping. You didn't think you had enough time. Coach is standing right there and end up taking the timeout and the loss down. And there's the fake punt. Just, all kinds of room to run there for Ashelman. Turned out pretty well for the Vikings.
Helgeson, high snap, keeps it in his hands, and he's going to work his way to just a gain of 1.
Yeah, actually the snaps up to that point have been really good here tonight. Transitioning center after a few weeks ago. Things have looked a lot better. That one wasn't terrible, but we're also up here.
It's not the best view.
And we're not the ones catching the snap either.
Helgeson's got that quick reaction time. I'm sure he goes over plenty of drills of how to do it and doesn't let him get behind him ever. Helgeson has time to pass. He throws it to Elstad. He's got it in the corner. And it's incomplete.
He was out of bounds.
Wow.
Official was right there, but heck of a attempt by number 12. he's made plays for this Vikings team. Let's see if we can catch this one.
Yeah, that's a really tough call. It did look like his throw was just out of bounds, and Helgeson put it where only Elstad could catch it, but...
Talk about a fast-moving second half. Just the second possession here for MHB, scoring on their first one. Just the fourth possession overall. MHB is happy with that.
MHB now looking for something on 3rd and goal at the 14. Helgeson dropping back. He has him over the middle.
Not quite in.
He's just short of the goal line. That was Hastings on the reception. Nice to see him getting some reps tonight. He's just short. Helgeson put it where he could get it, because I think if he put it out in front of him, there was a Thunderbird there. But now MHB is in striking distance, and there is a Thunderbird down on the field.
They are facing a 4th and goal, though, so unable to get a first down. Ball looks like it's right at the 1-yard line. Fourth and goal coming up here for MHB.
We're going to take a quick break here. Be right back on Wisco Radio.
Farmer Savings Bank is proud of their community banking tradition. Farmer Savings Bank is committed to providing a high level of customer service and products to enhance the well-being of the communities they serve. Whether it is for a home, farm, land, or business loan, Farmer Savings Bank has money to lend. Be sure to call your local Mount Horeb Farmer Savings Bank today at 437-2265. Farmer Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club is an organization focused on assisting in the development of youth football players and raising funds for the Mount Horeb Barneveld football program. The mission of the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club is to work cooperatively with the Mount Horeb and Barneveld school districts to support the efforts of the Mount Horeb Barneveld High School football program and the Mount Horeb Barneveld Youth football program. To learn more about the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club or to find out ways to support the program, head to mhb-football.com. That's mhb-football.com.
Moho Fitness is Mount Horeb's family fitness center, providing 24/7, no-contract membership options for adults, families, seniors, and students. Parents, do you have a young athlete looking to take their training to the next level? Well, youth classes are offered to help young athletes understand how to train with correct exercise technique. Youth classes for 4th through 8th graders are offered after school every Monday through Thursday. For more information, visit mohofitness.com or email Jeff at mohofitness.com.
This Wisco Radio broadcast is brought to you by Samuelson Eye Care, Kittleson Landscape, Mount Horeb Utilities, First Weber Mark Nortman and Associates, Farmers Savings Bank, Mount Horeb Chiropractic, the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club, Richie's Implement, Moho Fitness, and North Golf Club. Richie's Implement is Southwest Wisconsin's leading distributor of new and used farm equipment since 1961. With 4 convenient locations in Cobb, Darlington, Barneveld, and Lancaster, Richie's can serve you better. Stop in and see us and you'll know why we're one of the largest Case IH agricultural dealers in Wisconsin. Visit richiesinc.com today to learn more.
Welcome back here on Wisco Radio. Believe the injured player for the Thunderbirds was number 52, Ross Legal. They're leading the team in sacks with 10.5 and is looking to go play at Northern Illinois next year as well. Always tough to see in football, injuries.
Yeah, really didn't really see what happened, but not able to put any weight on that left leg at all. But good to see him at least get off the field. But yeah, I'd hate to see that for sure.
back to the game. We got a 4th and goal here. The give is to Owens. Whistle early. False start is the call. And that is a killer, and that's going to move the Vikings back 5 more yards.
Yeah, you give MHB 4th and goal to 1. They're going to score that one. I did not see the false start. I'm not sure who that was on, but that's going to make things a little bit more challenging here for MHB. 4th down and goal to go now back near the 7-yard line.
The Vikings can score here with just a little over 10 minutes left in this contest. Could really help to shut the door on any sort of Thunderbird comeback. Helgeson drops back, looks, he's going to scramble, and he's got some room, and Helgeson is going to walk it in for the touchdown. Helgeson adding to his touchdown total on the year.
Another Ritchie's touchdown here tonight for MHB, their second of the second half. A 7-yard touchdown run for Casey Helgeson. 76 yards on 15 carries, and that was a walk-in.
Looked one way, came back the other, saw the green grass, and didn't hesitate as Helgeson takes it in.
10:23 here to go. MHB has scored on both of their drives in this second half, opening up this lead. Here's Owens for another 2-point conversion try, and what do you know? Another one for number 2.
What's that, like 23 on the year for him on 2-point tries?
It's been a few. It's been a few. Keeping things right here. Got muscle athletes of all levels need to train to build muscle and rebuild and repair muscle after they practice and compete. Containing 13 nutrients, white and low-fat chocolate milk's high-quality protein offers athletes an edge over traditional sports and other protein drinks. That's why so many professional athletes include milk as a core part of their training diet and recommend milk for aspiring athletes as well. Learn more at GottaNeedMilk.com. Brought to you by the dairy farmers of Wisconsin. I know who drinks milk. Trenton Owens. Number 2, guys. Another 2-point conversion, but Casey Helgeson here tonight, he's just kind of, like we've been saying, he's been taking what the defense has given him, and they've been super aggressive, and it's giving them some opportunities to run the ball here a little bit. He's been efficient throwing the ball, and just a really solid night out of the quarterback here tonight.
What it really breaks down to is the veteran leadership of Helgeson. A lot of quarterbacks, especially younger ones, will try to do too much almost, and Helgeson, obviously, like you said here, just taking what the defense gives him.
The returner is up across the 25. It's about the
Josiah Dyer.
Vikings fans asking for a late flag as it looked like
some extracurriculars, but the officials are going to keep things playing. Two drives for MHB in the second half, resulting in touchdowns. One starting from their own 44-yard line, and the second one starting from their own 47.
Big part of that is they're getting really good field possession, helping them out a bit.
Hopefully we don't have a crowd mic.
Yeah, I know, right?
There's some things being said out there that... Moving on.
It's going to be handoff right up the middle. Work his way to about the 30. That was number 3, Dyer. Just under 10 minutes here. MHB leading 38-13. Been a really dominating performance from them again tonight. And a really big hit there.
Brooks
by
Bernard,
Bernard.
welcome to the show.
Gosh.
Wow.
Just picked him up and threw him down. Look like Cam Chancellor or Derwin James out there.
Watch this. That's how you do it.
Yeah, that's not just a small guy, it's a 5'9", 205
I had
running
dreams
back.
of doing that when I played linebacker. I never did it like that.
That'd be a fun one to do.
A little bit of confusion on the Thunderbird sideline.
Vitnell hits it out right. The running back, Buckmer, and it's just out of his reach.
Yeah, just a fourth attempt here tonight. 1 of 4 for 9 yards, so it's been very challenging through the air, but this is a team that doesn't throw the ball much at all. I think only 60-some pass attempts in 10 games coming into this. This is not a spot that Baraboo wants to be in, down 38-13 late in this, or midway through this fourth quarter.
Vitnell hands it off to the halfback, and the whole defense just continues to swarm in. They've done a really nice job there and just continue doing it all night. Funmaker in on the carry. He gains about 1.
This Vikings defensive line really starting to come around here in this fourth quarter. Really making the Thunderbirds work for every yard they get on the ground.
Yeah, this is not easy work going against a team that is bringing multiple bodies at you at any given time.
Vitnell, a reverse sweep. Number 18, Lawyer, and he's got some space. He's going to be just short of the first down.
Yeah, the defensive end getting eyes in the backfield a little bit. Hard not to. Really the first time they've run any action like that.
Another tackle there for Bernard. He's having a nice night tonight. I'm a very good senior season.
Fourth down here for the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, this clock continues to run though, guys.
And I think Thunderbirds realize this game's a little out of reach now, and just this clock is just ticking.
Direct snap.
First down is not the worst thing in the world, quite honestly. You do want to get your offense back out there, but keeps the clock.
And we have another Thunderbird down.
And that's been one of their playmakers. That's Jordy Beal, another junior. A lot of juniors on this Thunderbirds team.
Yeah, he's been the one trying to guess his snap counts all perfectly tonight. He's done it mostly
Yeah, he's
good.
been a playmaker.
And most likely with Legal going after this year, he's going to be the biggest part of this D-line, I imagine.
Guys, we talked about this in the pregame, but this MHB team, the second and third quarters, they've really been dominant this year, and you're seeing it again here. Here tonight, Baraboo goes down, opening drive of the second half. They score. MHB responds with 2 scores of their own. It's just something they've been doing to their opponents. It seems like every single week, Baraboo has not played a bad game by any means, but all of a sudden you find yourself down 25 points, and it's like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
And they just kind of break your will at times.
Yeah, for certain. And another thing, you have to give credit to this MHB defense. Facing some adversity early.
Yep.
Obviously, Vitnell with that long touchdown run early, got a little injured there, and it's really affected him throughout this game. But in the second half, holding Puckhammer to little to nothing.
Vitnell throwing, dropping back, looking for the receiver. That's picked off by Asherman. And he's up across the 50, across the 45, and he's got a few blockers. And he'll get hit hard at about the 41. And Vitnell takes him down. And MHB with 7:19 left, already in Thunderbird territory.
Another turnover for MHB, and a great job by Owen Ashelman. We are talking, this has not been a high turnover team up until the last part of the season, and they've come up with some big plays here against Portage, last week against Seymour, and here, of course, tonight as well. So Owen Ashelman, like in the playoffs, guys, 2 touchdowns in the playoffs and an INT.
Just more of a playoff guy.
It doesn't hurt when you can add yet another playmaker to this team.
Yeah.
Start coming around in playoff time and just see how far this team can go.
Elkson looking to throw, all kinds of time in the pocket, scrambling out right, and he'll just take off. And he'll slide down just past the first down. And really a veteran move there to stay in bounds and keep the clock running.
Yeah, it's really been that outside game that's been effective for MHB. Leading rusher on the night for the Vikings. See where they mark the ball. Gains about 11. I've got Casey for 16 carries, 87 yards.
Yeah, he's continuing to just get these wide open lanes with
efficient though.
Very efficient.
38-13. Baraboo scores on the opening drive of the first and second half, and there must have been a late flag there, guys. They are marking off 15 yards.
Possibly a little bit of frustration there.
Did not see it. Unsportsmanlike is what they're saying over the PA. I did not see the flag or the indication, but nonetheless, off they go.
Knocking on the door yet again.
It's going to be a handoff to Owens, and he's up the middle to about the
near the 5-yard line, I think. Give him 6 more. Been tough sledding tonight for T.O. 12 carries, 36 yards, well under his season averages, but
that one snap is up over Helgeson's head.
It's a quick snap, too.
Yeah.
Figure they want to be taking some time off this clock.
Unfortunately, that counts against Casey's rushing totals.
Just lucky he's able to get back on top of that one. Does keep the clock ticking, but it's going to make it a very long third down now.
Yeah, take your time. Getting a turnover here is probably not the worst thing in the world. Most important thing right now is keeping this clock moving. They do have the ability to get a first down, though.
Helgeson, he's going to run it up the middle. And this time, the linebackers are there to stop him at about the 10-yard line. And that's going to make it 4th down. It looks like they're going to go for it.
Maybe try a field goal?
Yeah.
I like that call.
Keep the points per game average up. They're averaging 42 points per game, and they'll be just under it at 41.
Yeah, get some points off turnovers here.
Get Zach McGuire just a couple more reps. Never hurts.
So ball placed at the 10-yard line. This will be about a 27-yard attempt.
Might be the first field goal he's had all season.
I was just going to say that. I think you're right.
And that one's got plenty of power, and it's just right.
Well, they don't get any points off turnovers, but they run some more clock.
Yeah, Baraboo with 4:35 left here. Probably just looking to put some points up at least. Make it seem like it was a little closer of a game.
Something similar to what Seymour did in that level 1. Got that touchdown with the clock expiring as they scored it.
Broadcast tonight brought to you by Moho Fitness, our title sponsor of this level 2 matchup between the Thunderbirds of Baraboo and the Vikings of MHB. The 1 seed has had a battle here tonight, but up 25 points here, 4.5 to roll.
And Vitno hands it off to the halfback.
I think that was
Dyer on the run.
Yeah. Honest gain.
Pick up about 1, I believe.
Clock is rolling, just a hair over. 4 minutes left to go in this game.
Doesn't look like the Thunderbirds are in much of a rush to go down the field, and this is going to be another run.
The penetration by the defensive line of the Vikings there.
Seeing a replay of it here. Funmaker just gets up and back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Modest gain of 1. Baraboo came in 261 yards per game on the ground. A little bit under that average here, I think, tonight. See what transpires here.
And I think he had enough for the first down. And yes, he does.
It's another first down.
He's going to keep this clock running.
114 yards on 19 carries for Puckhammer.
Individually, he's had a pretty solid night.
Yeah.
One of the few bright spots of the Baraboo Thunderbirds night.
The last thing you want to do is give up a cheapie here, really. Just continue through assignments and...
Yeah, just keep this run game to a minimum and run out this clock, I think is what
Brooks
they're
a
really
little
looking
slow
for.
getting up. I wonder if they ask him to stand on sidelines.
Yeah, like you mentioned, just finishing strong. I mean, it doesn't really affect the overall outcome of the game, but like last week, that late touchdown Seymour had, you just want to keep those to a minimum. More for morale, I guess. Brooks is staying out there on the field.
He came to the sideline, actually.
Oh. Shipman, my bad.
It's going to be another run for Dyer. And he'll get the first down and a little more there. Work his way to about the 43.
Not sure why MHB just doesn't call a timeout here to rotate guys in.
Yeah, it looks like they're just slowly but surely doing it. And we got a flag on the play. Yeah, false start on the offense. Seems they got a lot of the people that don't get as much minutes into the game now. Give them some time. Give them some reps. Gonna be a pitched Funmaker. He's trying to get to the edge, and he'll work his way about to the 45. Be 3rd and 8. Most likely the fumbled by Dyer and still on the ground, and MHB picks it up. Dyer just couldn't stay on top of that ball. And
yeah, great job by this second team / JV defense. Just sticking with the play.
Yeah, and that's not the way you want your high school career to end right there. Just couldn't keep the ball in his hands. And
yeah, nice job there. We've called his name a few times here tonight, but that was Harrison Walker who kind of knocked it out.
And I believe it's time for the best formation in football.
Say that again. MHB, they've had a time or two where they've done this before this season, and definitely a happy feeling able to get past the first and second round of playoffs. Looking for one last snap to finish this game off. And that'll do it for MHB. Still 25 seconds left, and no reason run another play, and both teams are just about to shake hands, and MHB is going to win this one 38-13. And really just all around dominating performance by MHB. Another really good second and third quarter, that's their quarter.
Yeah, and again, Baraboo goes down and scores. After MHB took the opening drive, they go up 7-0. Or 8-0, and then Baraboo goes down. They get a score right away, right? They make this a game, make it interesting. But again, this MHB offense really doing just